Russian soldiers prepare the assault mission. Fully loaded with 122mm rockets, BM-21 Grad drives to a pre-planned firing point. Meanwhile, close to the front line, a Russian intelligence drone goes up in the sky. Drone operator collects the intelligence and coordinates of Ukrainian positions. The information is reported to the chief officer, and after a quick confirmation, the attack begins.
По цели 101, 40 снарядов, огонь.
330!
After strikes on Ukrainian positions, Russian soldiers jump in the APCs. Massive armored column drives to the front line and gets in sight of a Ukrainian intelligence drone. This time, Russians deployed 6 pieces of heavy equipment in order to break through Ukrainian defense. Russians advanced quickly, but Ukrainian forces prepared something special. A few days before the assault, Ukrainian intelligence unit used a Vampire drone to drop anti-tank mines on the possible routes of the attack. So when Russian vehicles drive in this area, this happens. The head tank is now completely vanished, but just few seconds later, another tank is destroyed. In panic, Russian soldiers shoot their own vehicles and abandon their APCs. In addition to that, Ukrainian FPV drones join the battle and begin a real hunt for the remaining vehicles. Despite anti-drone protection, Ukrainian drones still managed to turn Russian tanks into piles of burning metal. Russian forces carry massive losses, but keep moving forward. This tactic allows them to gain small pieces of land for a huge price. Just take a look at the real scale of destruction in this area. One Russian BMP managed to reach the trenches. Ukrainian drone spots it and reports the coordinates. 122mm artillery opens fire. Shell lands few meters away. BMP drives straight to Ukrainian positions, and Russian soldiers prepare to engage. 30mm cannon is used to suppress Ukrainian positions while Russians get out of the BMP. Once the infantry squad is deployed, BMP begins to retreat in order to avoid the fate of their comrades nearby. Meanwhile, Russian soldiers waste no time and throw grenades at Ukrainian positions. After a quick regroup, Russians enter the trenches and the fight begins. Russian soldiers advance quickly and catch Ukrainian soldiers off guard.
Ти ж живий, братан! Око не бачиш? Покажи, братан, покажи. Дивись, сука, ціле.
Наслужуйте, але економно, економно.
Ната!
Both sides clear out the empty trenches, but Russians manage to advance further and open fire from extremely close distance. This time, Ukrainian soldiers will not push back. Ukrainian commanders decide to counterattack and take the initiative.
Тримай! Гранату лівіше! Гранату лівіше! Ну! Не боїться встати! Не боїться встати! Граната!
Ukrainian soldiers throw grenades and manage to push Russians back. Thanks to the Mavic drone, Ukrainian soldiers receive information about Russian positions and continue moving forward.
Блиндаж там, пидоры! Суки,
Пацаны, первый поворот, гранату!
Работай!
In panic, 2 Russian soldiers run straight to Ukrainian positions, and then this happens.
Право! Гранату туда, Юр!
2 Russian soldiers are successfully neutralized, but the drone reports that more Russians are coming.
Расставимся по всем окопам. Слева и справа, пид. Закинь. Граната. Я право, ты прямо. Контроль. Прямо идем. Ниже силуэт. Дальше. Вот это, все, Марк, 200.
Russian forces failed to advance on the ground. Heavy artillery is deployed to strike Ukrainian soldiers.
Цель 101, пехота.
A 203mm shell lands just meters away from Ukrainian soldiers. A Ukrainian intelligence drone keeps a safe distance and reports the information about advancing Russian soldiers in real time.
Крень!
Russian soldiers carry big losses, but with help of artillery, they manage to continue moving forward. Six Russian soldiers take Ukrainian position under control. Russian commanders give orders to advance further, but suddenly, one of the Russians spots a Ukrainian soldier and opens fire. Ukrainian commanders were speechless. A single Ukrainian soldier managed to scare Russians and regain the control of this position. But Russians were not giving up that easy. A whole swarm of FPV drones was sent to strike main Ukrainian forces. In addition to that, Russian artillery keeps firing shells, one after another.
Выстрел!
Heavily outnumbered by Russian guns, Ukrainian commanders decide to equalize the forces. A group of 2 T-64 tanks is sent to strike Russian positions. Tanks move across open field, trying to get as close to the trenches as possible. At the same time, Ukrainian soldiers hide in the dugouts and wait for reinforcements to arrive.
Я парикмахер.
Чего?
Я парикмахер.
Я вообще с Москвы.
Once the information about Russians is received, Ukrainian tankers open fire. This area is under constant fire from Ukrainian tanks and Russian artillery. Despite that, Ukrainian soldier still holds the position and does not allow Russians to gain foothold. The bravery is just unmatched. After hours of fighting, Russian soldiers get exhausted. One of them decides to go out and rest in the open field. Ukrainian forces deploy a Vampire drone to neutralize careless Russian soldiers. This Russian soldier tries to escape the destroyed positions and find a new cover, but being just few seconds in the open field is extremely dangerous. Thanks to intelligence drone, Ukrainian tanks strike the dugouts with precise fire and leave Russians no chance to hide. But after spending more than 5 minutes on the front line, Ukrainian tanks become the main target of Russian artillery. After a very close hit on the tank, Ukrainian commanders give the order to begin a retreat from the battlefield. The main objective has been accomplished, but it is just as important to withdraw without casualties. Meanwhile, Ukrainian soldiers regroup and secure the area. A few wounded Russian soldiers, abandoned by their comrades in the trenches, are carried to the evacuation zone.
Ты на вашем языке разговариваем.
Голова набита ватою. Тупо
Я
ватою.
вообще вырос, блядь, в городе, который русскоязычный, понял. У вас территория, ебаться. Что вы травите между собой, войны? Нахуй, блядь.
Половину китайцям вже продали. Вже китайці їх виганяють собі.
Штурман охуенно ваш? Тупо.
Ukrainian intelligence drone reports that Russian soldiers run away in panic. Wounded and exhausted, they hide in the dugouts. But Ukrainian drones control the whole area and report information to men on the ground.
Криса, красава. Треба заходити, фонарик є? Тіпок! Сколько вас человек в окопе? Каждый поднял руки и выводит нахуй! Руки нахуй! Руки!
After a short conversation with Ukrainian soldiers, 3 Russians decided to surrender.
Тебе що з ногами, чувак? Давайте їх спасаємо.
But not everyone is that lucky. A small group of Russian soldiers tries to sneak in from behind. Unfortunately for them, Ukrainian drone spots them and drops the grenades. This was not a direct strike, but the shrapnel still managed to hit Russian soldiers. Seriously wounded, they hide in the nearest tree line. Completely abandoned by their commanders, Russian soldiers become easy targets for Ukrainian FPV drones and realize that their assault comes to an end.